What's going on, YouTube? Today, it's story time. So I got an exciting announcement. I'm going to be breeding leopard geckos in the near future. And it all started at the Pomona Reptile Expo. I was there checking out the booths, checking out the ball pythons and other cool reptiles. And I noticed these extremely orange leopard geckos. I used to breed leopard geckos way before I bred ball pythons for maybe a year or two. And then I got into the ball pythons. But these things were just bright orange or tangerine. And that's what they were. They were tangerine leopard geckos. But tangerine is a polygenic trait, which means if you get a mother and a father who are both great examples of tangerine, super bright orange, and you breed them together, their offspring should come out even more orange. So the gene itself is tangerine, and you can find it in other people's collections, kind of dull and not so great. But this breeder, he and his brothers at Gecko Daddy, had some amazing examples. Right when I saw them, I knew that I was in love with them. But I wasn't sure about making the commitment. So I held off on that day, and unfortunately I couldn't make it back on Sunday when I decided that, hey, I'm committed to this project. I really want to get into it. So I had to get them shipped to me. Which brings me to the next part of the story. So shipping day comes. The package was supposed to get here around 10:30. I got my email from UPS. I'm waiting in anticipation. I'm sitting on my couch right next to my front door with the front door open, just the screen door closed. So that way I know I'm not going to miss the UPS driver when he delivers my package. And then I get an email notification around 10:13 saying, hey, your package was delivered. I go, wait, no, it wasn't. I click on it and it says, yep, delivered on the front doorstep. So I check my front doorstep. Sure enough, it's not there. And I knew that it wasn't because I would have heard him drop it off or my neighbor's dog start barking. Then I check my neighbor's doorstep and my other neighbor's doorstep. It's not anywhere. I start panicking. I'm walking around thinking, man, where's my package? Maybe they delivered it to the wrong door. Couldn't find it on anyone in the near vicinity to my house. I call Chris over at Gecko Daddy and I say, hey man, the UPS email notified me saying it was delivered, but my package never got to me. He starts panicking. We're both stressing out. We both make calls over to UPS and he tells us, we'll get back to you within an hour. An hour goes by, still no contact. And this whole time, I'm freaking out. I'm walking around still, looking at other people's doorsteps, checking out other people's packages to see if it has my name on it. And about, I'd say an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes into this, after UPS was already supposed to call me back within an hour, I call them again. They tell me, all right, it's escalated to urgent. Now it's going to, for sure, we're going to call you back within an hour. We're getting in contact with our sister department, the one that, delivered your package to your area, and finding out if they even stopped at your address. I said, great. Then my mailman comes up to me and he says to me, AJ, I think you have a package across the street and down the block. I go, what? He's like, yeah, I saw a package with your name on it. I was so thankful that he told me. And the only reason why he told me is because he knows my name, because every time I see him during the summer when we're having that heat wave a couple of weeks back, I would give him a water bottle for him to drink as he was walking around dropping off the mail. So we established kind of a friendly relationship. So if it wasn't for that, and it wasn't for my postman telling me that I had a package across the street and down the block, I probably would have still not have my package. Somebody probably would have stolen them. So I ran across the street and down the block to where my mailman told me the package was. And sure enough, there it was, about 2 hours later. I open up the package, and at this point, my concern is, are they okay? Because it's the middle of the day now, and it's getting hot, and leopard geckos aren't that tolerant of heat, and they've already been in transit for, a day now. I open it up, and they're all doing great. Definitely relieved. They definitely look like they were hot. I let them cool down before I put them in their tubs, and just kind of chill out in a separate container, and they're doing great. I gave them food that night, and they ate. They're all happy, and they're feeding like pigs. But the point of the story is like, it pays to be nice to people, even your mailman, because you never know when they're going to do something like this and really have your back. So I told Chris about the story, and as I was talking to him on the phone and telling him how my mailman helped me find the package, the UPS driver comes, and I notify him that I found the package while I'm talking to Chris on the phone over at Gecko Daddy. And the UPS driver's just like, I'm sorry, you know, super apologetic. And I don't know, I think he just had like a dyslexic moment. He got the last two numbers of my address mixed up and dropped them off at another place that had the same numbers except for the last two in reverse. So here are my geckos, my tangerine leopard geckos from Gecko Daddy, from Chris and Brian over at Gecko Daddy. All right, so I'm going to start off with the females first. I ordered 3 females and 1 male. And these things are killer. I've seen other tangerines online and they do not compare. Look at the intense orange on these things. Just incredible. Oh, here's a second female. And the third female. Killer looking. Look at just the intense orange on these things. Oh, they're all running around. Beautiful. Definitely glad I made the decision to invest into this project. Alright, now I'll show you the male. And here is a male. He's super intense. Beautiful. Just bright orange. Beautiful baby. Well, I guess he's in a beautiful adult male tangerine leopard gecko. So I know the majority of you watch my channel and subscribe because I breed ball pythons. Hopefully leopard geckos doesn't deter you and you're going to enjoy this project and enjoy watching the babies hatch and change and develop in color along with me. So again, I got these beautiful tangerine leopard geckos from Chris and Brian over at Gecko Daddy, who I met at the Pomona Reptile Expo. And whenever they send a leopard gecko out, they include the pet owner's oath with it. So the pet owner's oath reads, when I purchase an animal, I become responsible for its care. I am responsible to learn how properly to provide for its needs, its habitat, its diet, and its health. My animal wants to live, and I want it to live. I will do all in my power to ensure that my animal has a long, healthy, and happy life. I am ready for this responsibility. And that's definitely a great oath for leopard geckos and for ball pythons and all reptiles in general. Before you get a pet, you should definitely have the means in which to take care of that. And by that I mean proper setup. Know that you can afford to feed it every week, every month, whatever it may be. And know that you can afford just the upkeep, and in case your animal gets sick, afford those vet bills. So it's definitely something to keep in mind before buying a new pet. If you're enjoying my content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think of these leopard geckos down in the comment section. I think they're pretty cool. Let me know if you do too.